Um, I was just thinking about how much of a struggle it can sometimes be to get myself to write or do any form of art. And I was thinking about how nervous and apprehensive I feel sometimes. Mostly just because I don't want to mess it up or ruin something for myself. And I think that the adult in me is weary, and I almost sometimes wonder if I don't trust myself as an artist. And I think I feel protective over the inner child in me, and am a bit afraid of ruining something good for her and making what was like something new that she's found, making that bad, or making that work, making that lucrative and ruining it. And I think part of me feels guilty for what I am telling myself that I've done to writing, and a story I've been repeating for a long time now, which is that going to university for writing ruined my craft and my ability to enjoy writing, which I think is more complicated than I let on. And it's unfortunate because I think that these types of things happen to artists and there's no way to really cope. And I don't think I take much time to recognize just how impactful art has been in my life in terms of it being a form of love. And especially as somebody who does not have like a wide array of diverse love, like experiences of love and expressions of love. I haven't dated many people. I haven't had sex a lot. I haven't gotten to put my passion into much else beyond myself and my art and my family. Even in friendship, it's been not super widely explored. So art is significant in that way to me. And I think that I feel a duty to protect what I have left. And not that anything has left me or that anything's gone, but I think I feel a duty to just not ruin this for myself and ruin this for the creator in me. And I'm trying very hard to not make this a career path. Though, of course, my mind always goes there because my mind is trying to figure out how I can be happy while working. And I feel like part of the key to solving that equation is finding a way to imbue my art into my work. And this is a new art form that I'm beginning to explore. Or it's not new, but I have not touched this area of my life in a very, very long time. And when I did touch it, it was so briefly explored. I actually remember the moment, the day. I was in the 4th grade and I was living in Seattle, and Seattle has Washington as a whole, Seattle specifically, has a really rich First Nations, Indigenous, Native American history. and we were in class, and I don't remember exactly what we were learning about, but we were focusing on Indigenous art specific to like the Northwest Territories, which is the Indigenous cultures that I've been influenced and impacted by, living in the Northwest, growing up, I guess, a little bit in the Northwest. I didn't get to have a lot of experiences with Indigenous people there, but I remember that we had an assignment where we were meant to do an art piece, and it was basically like sketching a totem pole. And I can't remember, I think I traced an image of a totem pole, and it was really impactful for me. And I think part of the reason why it was so impactful was because I was so proud of it, even though it wasn't it wasn't my art. I mean, I traced it, but it was beautiful. I thought it was so beautiful, and I loved looking at it, and I loved the art. And I've never really dignified myself as an artist, as a visual artist. I've always been a singer, a writer, a free movement dancer, but visual arts is not really something I've given time or attention to. I didn't think I had that skill, to be completely honest with you. And so this coming up now has been rewarding and interesting, and I don't think I'll ruin it for myself, because what I am finding is close to my nature, or similar to my nature, is that I tend to move on from things fairly quickly. So I can imagine that I probably won't stick around long enough to like make this, you know, my money maker. I think it will be able to sustain as a passion and as an outlet, and perhaps I will be able to do something from it, but I think I can avoid the trauma of having to make this work. I don't think I'll need to suffer through that, which I'm grateful for, because I don't want to. I'm just grateful for this. It's been a long time, I feel like, since I started producing music. That's like the last time I've been introduced to a new side of myself, which actually, to be honest with you, is quite, like, all of that is, that's still pretty, it's a short amount of time that it's taken to get connected with something new, or something old, yet something new within myself. Like, it's actually not a long time at all. It hasn't taken very long at all, because I got connected with music production in 2021. No, 2022. 2022. What? Was it 2022 or 2023? Maybe it was 2023. Can't remember, time flies. But yeah, so right now I'm testing out what to do with this background, because I really don't know, and I was trying to figure out what method of creativity I like to use, like what tools I like, and I really do like markers, but I feel limited by the marker set that I have, and so I needed a range of colors. And so I've been exploring very recently, as in like the past few days, like the past day, using colored pencil. So that's what I'm on to now. Yeah, I've been like getting really good YouTube video recommendations, which makes me happy. feel like I'm watching like smart things again. It was really, I watched one video essay on work. It was really good. Somebody who started off as an English major. And I was like, oh God. And she was like, and she had a realization early on in her English major journey that she should not be an English major if she wants to take care of her writing. And I think about, I was happy for her and also a bit jealous that she could understand that for herself faster than I could. But I do find that despite university really slumping out my writing, I have gotten a lot from my English major in terms of other random opportunities that I wouldn't have, I had no intention of pursuing. So even though it's been stressful in that sense, I am still quite grateful that things have worked out the way they have. Yeah, I'm thinking of going back to school for my master's, probably. But right now, what I'm thinking about a lot is like programs and living life through programs. I think that that is a way that I could be really happy and successful and bring a lot of joy to my life, living my life through programs. Making my way downtown, walking fast, faces past, and I'm homebound. So yeah, I'm looking at this master's program, and it's kind of one of those things where like if I don't get into this specific thing, I'm probably not going to do the program because I don't want to pay for a master's degree. It's more like I'm going to do this program if I get to do it fully funded. So we'll see. That's my standard at this point. I'm just kind of like, in this economy, I don't see the point like in paying for that kind of education unless like I think I should be paid to go to school to study things like that. You know, I just feel like, especially with the way that education work is so undervalued, if I'm going to invest my time and energy into it, which I would like to because I do have a passion for it, though I'm trying to figure out specifically what exactly I am passionate about or what I need to focus on. I have many passions, but what I need to focus on. But yeah, if I'm going to do that, to me it's kind of like, well, I should be getting paid to do this, or I at least should be able to do it for free because you guys aren't going to pay me once I get out into the real world enough to justify the tuition. So I need to be paid ahead of time. Right now the thing that I do really like about pencil crayon is that I am more likely to take a risk because, well, actually I take risks with marker. It's just that with pencil crayon, I think I can get more into a flow because it's so light. I know I can cover it with marker if I hate it. Versus with marker, it's kind of like, you're kind of screwed, you know? If you don't like what you've done, you have to kind of figure it out and like shape shift it. Versus with colored pencil, you can just go over it. With marker, you have to kind of turn it into something new. So it requires a lot more, you know, consequence for your actions, basically, which is good for some people, but for me, I want to be able to test things out a little bit and not feel like I'm gonna have a heart attack because I did something I don't like, you know? So I'm like really shaky on this part, but I know that I do have a vision for it. I'm not quite sure how to get there yet, how to align it. But yeah, you know, like I could feel myself before I turned on the camera. It's why I actually brought out the camera. I could feel myself like wanting to stop and just do something that didn't matter because I was worried that I was going to ruin this thing. Which is ridiculous because it's like, you know, the stakes don't need to be so high, but they just are because of, I guess, the trauma. And I was watching another video earlier today about unfinished projects and, you know, the stories we tell ourselves about ourselves because of the work that goes unfinished. And it's quite sad because it's such a human condition, and it's so I don't know why I wanted to say overexploited, but also I think underexplored in terms of the idea that like unfinished work is good work and is complete work. There is a completeness to an unfinished project, and like it represents a facet of life that I think is really underappreciated, not only from the artist's eye, though the artist knows it so well, but just from like the human eye. Like, I think because we live in this state of knowing that we will meet our own completion through death, the idea of finishing something becomes so like intrinsic to like our value. But I don't think that finishing is exactly our nature. I think that creating is our nature, but finishing is, you know, a job for another spirit, another type of soul. And I think humans, the most important things we can do are create and caretake and maintain and sustain and explore. And I think as long as we're doing that kind of work, we're doing good work. Obviously, there's nuances there, but I tend to generally think that's true. As of right now, I could change my mind at any given moment. But yeah, the stakes are always so high with art. And I'm like, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's my astrology. I don't know if it's my past. I don't know if it's my karma, my present, my future. I have no idea why things become so loaded. But they do. And I'm working to try and figure out a way to harmonize, to blend those different facets of my life and help them get me to an answer that can be fulfilling and sustaining, I guess. So I'm not always begging to know why, and I can just be settled upon something and then move on with my life. Though I wonder sometimes if my job in this lifetime is to ask why. Though I don't think it is, because ultimately I'm not too settled on it. I don't need to know why. I really just would like, I just want certain things to happen. Like, I don't want to live this life on my own. I want a partner. If I don't get one, I'm not going to die, but it would be pretty sad, I think, to not get a partner. Someone who really understands me. But the thing is, I'm just not able to settle. So if I don't meet that person, it's just not going to happen for me, because there's no way to fake the funk. I think I'm too far gone down this path of, I don't know, self-exploration. I can't really be turned into someone who could settle, I don't think. I think I would have to have like a complete brain switch, like the type of shit that like a concussion or pregnancy does to you, where you just like lose your mind a little bit. Something crazy like that would need to happen in order to get me to stop caring. Should I turn on the lights? I know it's getting dark, and you can't really see. I used to do this all the time. Well, not all the time, but often enough. I used to like just color on top of each other. I'm not a huge fan of the way this looks right now, but I don't think I just necessarily need to be. I don't think it's really about whether I love the way it looks. Anyways, I'm thinking about applying to this artist residency. Maybe just in an effort to like give myself some time to do something. The way I've got it figured out right now in my head is like, if I got into this artist residency, I'd be able to do that for a month after my contract is up here. My contract ends here in March, and then I would be kind of a free bird, so I'd probably, maybe I'd go travel, I don't know. And then I would go do this residency. That would be for a month, and that would end in May. It would start in April. And then my sister is pregnant, and she'll give birth in May. So then I would go back home and spend a lot of time there with my new baby niece or nephew, and my nephews that I already have, who I love very much, and my family, because I miss them a lot. And then maybe I would, if I got into this master's program, then I would move to the master's program for the next 2 years, and that would be my like 2-year plan. And then from there, I would have at least 2 years of my life sorted in terms of like finances and like a living situation, which is basically what I have to do. Like, I just need to figure out how to always have a living situation that's set up and a financial situation that's set up. And if I can do that, I kind of don't need to worry. And I think I'm realizing that, like, so I'm trying to plan in a way where it's like I can live my life doing these programs, and maybe that will change, and maybe this master's program will inspire me to like really pursue a path and blah, 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 blah. But even if it doesn't, just being able to live my life in this way where I can do these programs, have a financial setup for myself, consistently have housing, I think that could be good. And I honestly could be very happy with that, I think. So that's what I'm interested in exploring right now. And we'll see whether that pans out and ends up being the path. But yeah, I think it could be cool. If it doesn't work out, maybe I could go to the ashram that I was in 2022. That's always an option, and that's not at all a bad option. It's actually a great option. So things aren't dire no matter what, but I think this would be a cool path if that ended up panning out. I actually kind of like this green situation. Yeah, I think that would be a pretty cool path if it panned out. So we'll see what happens there. Trying not to put too much pressure on it. I'm most interested right now in this master's program thing working, because it just brings me a level of comfort and security and excitement about the future. And to be honest, I am really hopeful and interested in a project that can eventually take me out of where I am right now, because as much as I love my apartment, and I don't actually at all hate my job, I'm happy. I'm not completely satisfied. Though when are you ever? But I'm not like miserable. But I know already that I don't want to stay here for another year if I don't need to. And I feel like once you know that, then if you do stay, it's kind of like, oh, like you have to admit to yourself that a part of you feels trapped, you know, which is not, that's not fun. And I don't like that because it's such a waste of time to feel trapped, especially when you don't have kids. It's like I don't have an excuse, you know. Then it's just fear and disappointment stopping me from moving on. Like my big goal, I decided, was that I wanted to just at least complete the contract, because it was important to me that I did that. I completed the contract. And so I'm doing that, and I'm very happy that I decided to stick to that. But yeah, like, I'd be lying if I said I'm interested in doing another year here. I'm not. It's too far from family to feel justifiable when I'm not like super, super happy. And while I love living in my own apartment, it doesn't feel worth this like sacrifices, though I don't want to leave this. I don't want to give up living on my own at all. This is turning out interestingly. I'm just gonna not judge it because I've got no idea how it's supposed to work. I like the green actually a lot. See, what colored pencil is good for is it can kind of tell you what maybe you should be putting more of your energy towards. Like what colors. I like the green a lot. I don't know if I would have ever even done that. Honestly, what I'm thinking is I might go over this part with marker, because like I said, I'm not feeling it. But I like this green a lot. I like the like sea foam color. I think that's beautiful. So perhaps maybe I could do my like my sketch work or like my first draft in pencil crayon. But I can't. Well, I can. But part of the reason why I also like the marker is because it forces me to commit. Like I said, oh, I can see that I should do a range of colors. Yeah, that one. A range of the greens. It's like right here, I can see. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. I really do like that seafoam green color. I think it's quite beautiful. But yeah, I think that's right now, those are my thoughts. That's where I'm at with the whole, oh, I really like this. Actually, I like it a lot. With the whole life thing. These are my thoughts at 25, which is the age that I am now. I turned 25 in July, and that was wildly uneventful, which is okay. I think I'm a little bit of a boring schmuck, but I don't mind being a little boring. I think I prefer being a little boring. It makes life more calm. There's nothing to keep up with. And I think I excite myself with my ideas and my understanding of the world. Because whether or not it's true, I like it, and it drives me to ask more questions, to be curious, to believe in more, which I find satisfying. So, but that's the thing, you kind of have to believe in your passions in order to create a good life for yourself. Because it's like, you're not going to look for the opportunity if you don't think that the opportunity should be available to you. And that's part of the thing that we have to learn, I feel like, is it's not delusion. It's like, you have to acknowledge the things that you do. You know, whether or not you do them seriously or you take them seriously, you should acknowledge the things that you do. And honestly, you should take them seriously, because in what world are we doing things for no reason? I haven't met a lot of people who enjoy wasting their time on things they don't care about. So I feel like you do what you do for a reason. You just need to figure out what that reason is. Oh, I love that. I love that green. I really do. I think it's beautiful. I think it's so pretty. I'm wondering if I can try and help this side, which I'm not a big fan of, but I do think this side is about to turn into marker heaven over there. But this part, I might literally just keep like this. I'm gonna give, yeah, I might just keep like this. Because can you see how pretty that sea foam green is? Just makes me feel ethereal and like an ancient power. Just gets me. And I like it a lot. I like it a lot. I like you a lot. Takashi amida. I like you a lot. Yeah, but you really do have to believe that you are meant for the things you're doing. And I think the thing is that we need to not tell ourselves that it's so complicated, you know, because it's really not. Why wouldn't you be meant for what you're doing? You know, why else, like, why are you doing it if you're not meant for it? You're doing it for a reason. I would say you're doing it for a reason. And it's kind of as simple as the fact that you're doing it means that you're meant for it. You're meant to do it. Or else you literally wouldn't be doing it. Just wouldn't be happening if you weren't meant to. And maybe that's a specific worldview that other people don't hold, but I think it's the right worldview, honestly. I think everybody should get on my wave. Excuse me, sorry. I like you a lot. I was supposed to do that in different colors, wasn't I? Anyways, I'm not feeling like I want to touch this side right now. I'm getting scared. What I do want to do is this part. And what I want to do, I want to mess with it. I want to mess with it. Yeah. Mess with it. Yeah. How do I want to mess with it? I want to... Oh my God, I'm so scared. It's like, you know when all of a sudden now you just get scared? That's when I find that I should just start. Because if I'm scared, it's like I'm not going to do it if I get too scared. So what I've learned so far in drawing, and it's been about 3 weeks now of drawing. Time flies. Yeah, 3 weeks now. I have learned that you should just do it. Just do it. Because if you don't and you procrastinate because you're scared that you're gonna make a mistake, you're just gonna waste so much time. And like you're gonna wonder about it anyways, and so like you have to do something there. So you're probably just gonna do your idea because that's all that drawing is. It's just ideas. It's like, oh, I wonder if I should do this. Oh, maybe I should do this. That's all it is. So if you don't just do it, you're just not going to do anything, because all drawing is ideas. And so yeah, but obviously, well, I don't know why I said obviously, but I'm not interested in going to school for this as of right now. Ooh, I messed up my line. As of right now, I'm not interested in going to school for this because I guess I would just rather do anything else. I wouldn't want to do that right now. I think I would rather... I'm trying to see what this looks like. I like it because you know what it looks like? It looks like foliage. It looks like moss. You know how moss is like green and then it has like the brown because it's like getting old and dry. It's like moss. I like that. Maybe this is like an earth totem, an earth being, a cutesy little earth being. I've been wondering who these creatures are that I draw. Was it last week? Last week I drew some real aliens. They were so alien. It was so funny. It was very charming. I like it a lot. No, stop. Not attacking my... The reason doing anything is so scary is because it's like, am I gonna regret this? You'll never know till you find out. But I like how low stakes this is. And you know what's good? It's getting me off my phone. I haven't gone on my phone in a while because I've been drawing, which is good because after work I don't want to be on my phone because I sit at the computer for so long. That's also a reason why I need to leave. It's not even just that I miss my family, it's that I don't want to do desk work. Like it kills you. It really does. It's also just hard living in a country that I can't communicate completely with people. I can't make connections at work in the way I would like to. And that means I don't really like who I am at work because it's like a silenced version of myself. And I don't have the passion to learn Korean. And so, yeah, I think I'm dealing with a really classic like immigrant experience right now, because it's just like I came to Korea for financial stability and for a home. I needed a safe place to live that was not going to kill me, because living in my family apartment, there was mold, and so I was really sick. And so coming to Korea was partially to escape that, partially to just create an opportunity for myself in career and just in adulthood, a good transition point. But I picked Korea because it was the place that offered paid housing. And, I didn't have the income to support myself in housing on my own. But it's difficult because I don't feel connected to this country in like a profound way. And so I don't feel the urge to like fight for my place here and learn the language and really become accustomed. It's difficult. I miss home, I miss my family, and I sometimes feel a little resentful that I had to leave my family, my nephews, my dad, my country, my life with my family, the people that I love, in order to find financial stability and be in a place that wasn't going to kill me. But that's a very classic immigrant experience, and experience of people who come from oppressed histories, oppressed lands. So I'm not telling a new story for certain, but I don't like being stuck in what sounds like and feels like an old story. So I'm very grateful to Korea, and they have their own very rich history. Actually, I think it's a very inspirational country to be in and to come from, because they've overcome quite a lot in a very short amount of time, and are also pretty fresh out of the womb of revolution and being under the thumb of another governing power. So I think that Koreans have a lot to be proud of in their ancestry and their history. And so in that way, I think it's really cool, but I just don't feel a heart connection to this place. I feel my heart is, home is where the heart is, and my heart is not here, and so it can't be my home. Not forever, at least. But for today, and for now, it is, and I'm grateful to have it as my home. I'm grateful to be here and be able to do work that, while I'm not completely fulfilled, and I don't know if that will ever come, I do feel happy when I'm in the classroom and I'm working with students, especially if I'm able to actually connect with them and have just a small moment. It's really the small moments, because I don't get to have a lot of big wins, partially because I don't know Korean, and so the amount of impact I can really have as a teacher is kind of minimal. But small wins where like I can laugh with a student, or I can have a little back and forth, I can see that they're enjoying themselves, that means a lot to me. It means a lot. It really carries me through. So I am very passionate about making sure that I have lesson plans that are engaging and exciting. It's hard when they flop and fail, but that's just life as a teacher. I I can't take that personally. But yeah. That's the only thing. It's like once you use marker, in comparison to pencil crayon, the marker to me looks a little cheap. Do you guys see that? Like in comparison, I feel like the marker looks kind of cheap and the pencil crayon looks nicer. I just don't like this. This is so ugly to me. I think I need to do something. I think it's just because it's a straight line. I think I need to find a way to space that out because right now I really don't like the way that looks. Sun is picking up the mood. I control of the pool. The sky is close to letting go. Posture breaking mode. Rhythm takes the good. What do you want? 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 What do you want? Do you want? Do you want? He's calling, Lord, he's calling, dear, she's calling, Lord, she's calling with love and falling, love and falling with love and falling, love and falling, dear Lord, she's calling, Lord, she's calling, dear Lord, he's calling, Lord, he's calling with love and falling, love and falling with love and falling. I think I'll take a break for today and let this simmer because I'm starting to feel a little shit about this. So, that's what happens. It's okay. See you guys.